They've heard our voices.
The recording!
Right. But where will we hide?
The desk!
Right. Holmes! Sherlock Holmes! Oh, that's music. Could it be? Curse you, Irene! You will not make a fool of me!
Oh, the tables have turned. This and that, and one of these, and a couple of these.
You must stop breaking my things!
Who is there?
What's in the lumps? Who is there? I might ask that of you, sir.
I am looking for the great detective Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, has he been, invited to, masquerade?
I sent a note to this address informing Mr. Holmes that I would call.
Yes, well, my landlady is away, so I received no such note.
I know. I found my note on the doorstep.
Since it's unsigned, why don't I ask you came to call?
I am not at liberty to say, but you may tell Mr. Holmes this. My visit concerns a matter which may influence the whole of European history.
Oh, yes, by which you mean specifically the House of Homestead, hereditary kings of Bohemia.
I have said no such thing.
Well, it's all right here in your letter. Observe, Watson.
Quite expensive, I should think.
Yes, the stationery are somewhat incredibly well-to-do. Have you noticed the monogram?
The monogram of its author?
Not so. I suspect it stands for something else. That GT right there, that stands for Gershon, which is the German word for company. Besides, Papier, which stands for paper, comes out as paper company. Now this EG here, that's curious. I suspect that stands for Egria, a German-speaking country in Bohemia.
That is astonishing.
So the paper was made in Bohemia.
Yes, and it's although German.
But how can you tell?
Don't lie down, Watson. The account of your skills we have from all quarters received. The lines of the air like a builder. No Frenchman or Italian can so brutalize our verbs.
You are the man himself. You are the great Sherlock Holmes.
You, sir, are well-encountering von Schiedmont of Castle-Felstein, Grand Duke and hereditary king of Bohemia.
At your service. Your reputation, sir, precedes you.
As so does your Bavarian cleric.
And I am Dr. Holmes.
Oh yes, that's Watson.
I should prefer, Mr. Holmes, to speak to you alone.
Believe it or not, this man is my most trusted friend. Anything you want to say before me, you can say before him.
But it's not for...
It is both, sir, or none.
Very well. My case is of the utmost urgency.
They always are.
In 2 weeks' time, I shall be clout tied Schnacken von Schnupp, second daughter of His Royal Highness, the King of Scandinavia.
Marriage, huh? Well, you have my condolences, sir.
But before I'm married, I must put to rest a terrible scandal, a tawdry episode from my past which threatens to affect this union, and thus the course of nations. You, Mr. Holmes, are my only hope.
Well, that's brilliant, and I'm quite flattered, but owing to a matter of some urgency to my own life, I am not taking any cases at present.
So it is true what they say. You are a thinking machine and nothing more.
I beg your pardon?
Is it possible that your heart is so cold, so poisoned by reasons that you cannot hear that voice?
What does that have to do with anything, sir?
The scandal of my life involves that voice, that woman, that opera diva par excellence. Her face as beautiful as nature's finest flower.
Are you suggesting
Her mind sharp as a knife.
that the woman that you're talking about is Miss Irene Adler, the operatic singer?
Indeed she is.
Well, that's interesting. Watson?
Oh, I shall check the index.
Thank you.
Do you know her, Mr. Holmes?
Yes, well, I've long admired her recordings.
Well, perhaps it's time you met her in person. The facts are these. Some 5 years ago, Miss Adler and I became romantically entangled. During the course of our affair, I brought her some very compromising letters, oh yes. take our photograph. And now, as it happens,
Sir, your wedding day is pending, and you're quite desirous to get these scandalous objects back.
precisely.
Abdication, Abyssinian cats, accordions, acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Really, Watson? It's not that hard to find a name. Please try harder. Now tell me, this thing between you and Miss Adler, would you call it a pact?
No.
So there was nothing between you two, really?
No.
See. Well then, I see no case here at all. Go, marry a Scandinavian nymph and think no more of it.
But what is the letters I brought to her?
You simply claim that they are inauthentic, sir.
But what's in my handwriting?
Forged.
My personal stationery.
Imitated.
My private seal.
Copied.
And the photograph?
What of it?
Well, it is of both of us.
You and Miss Adler?
So very same.
Is this photograph blurry?
Perfectly clear.
And it's of both of you?
Yes, we are standing arm in arm.
Turn about the street, perhaps, with strangers.
Beyond the terrace of a remote villa, overlooking the sea.
Do the two of you at least look a little bit glum?
We are the very picture of love.
Yes, well, that does complicate things.
There's nothing filed under Adler, nothing whatsoever between actinium and aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics. It's often difficult place. Now, this photograph, it must be stolen.
We have tried and failed.
Purchased.
She won't sell it.
And you've burgled her house.
We had it burgled a number of times.
I see. And you're certain that Miss Adler plans to use this photograph against you.
She has threatened to send the photograph to my bride's father once the day of the wedding.
Are you serious? Did you hear that?
Oh wait, I think I found something. She was filed under Adler, or Irene actually, right between incandescence and irritability.
How very fitting indeed.
Holmes, I've never known you to index a person under their first name. What could have possibly have been the reason?
Claire Calera.
But
Read the card, please.
Adler Irene, born 1865, Sussex, New Jersey. Educated abroad, triumphant debut at La Scala in 1887.
Yes, which began her foremost operatic career in all of Europe.
Legendary performances in Paris, Berlin, Warsaw, and Milan.
That unforgettable Contessa in Figaro.
Her unparalleled Margaret in Faust.
And her unexplained banishment from the stage in 1891.
Current whereabouts, unknown.
You seem to have followed her every move, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, well, like I said, I'm a big fan of the recordings.
And her face?
The face, what of it?
You've not seen it?
You heard my friend. Thank you. You smashed this really good. You heard my friend. Her whereabouts are unknown.
Say I'm not unknown, she is here.
In London.
Browning Lodge, Serpentine Avenue, St. John's Wood.
I shall make the necessary corrections. Now, as Mr. Holmes informed you, he is at present taking no more cases.
They're built for such a war. Yes, this case. Your wedding, how far away is it?
It's in 2 weeks' time.
Holmes,
How far away?
The castle in the Swiss Alps.
Castle in the Swiss Alps. Very well. I shall require £300 straight up to cover my expenses.
Money is no object.
you can't be serious.
I'm always serious, Watson. Look at me.
But we must leave the city. You said so yourself.
The king has a scandal. You must attend to this.
Think of Moriarty, the threats on your life.
I am thinking of nothing else. One last adventure is at hand, my friend.
Morning arrived, and Holmes set off for Brownie Lodge, with yours truly racing after him. Once there, we encountered a man and woman racing out of the building and into the street. The man was calling for a cab, and upon securing one, he shouted to the driver,
To the Church of St. Monica and drive like the devil!
upon which Holmes hailed a cab and shouted the very same thing. We arrived at the church immediately behind them, and watched as the man and woman emerged from their cab and ran inside. We observed these developments in secret from the rear of the church when suddenly a voice rang out.
You there, you
have to drag to the altar, and in no more than 3 minutes' time could successfully fulfill his role as witness to the wedding of
Mr. Godfrey Norton.
I do.
and a woman whose face he saw for the first time when she lifted her veil.
Miss Irene Adler.
I do.
In that face,
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Tell me your wishes.
Take me away.
Of course I will.
Don't waste a moment. Complete our business to go straight to my home. I'll be waiting. Go now. How fortunate. Wouldn't you agree?
Hmm?
How lucky that you were here.
to which Holmes managed to say, absolutely nothing.
Please, keep this in remembrance of this day.
It was a white rose.
Oh, the genus Rosa from the Germanic root or Latin, if not that Iranian or otherwise unknown origin.
To which Miss Adler managed to say, absolutely nothing.
Did you see that face, Watson? That, my friend, is a face a man might die for.